Hello viewers, avoid these 10 cycling mistakes. 1. Height of the saddle. Aside from soft tires, saddle height is one of the main reasons you may be inefficient as a rider, since a saddle that is too high or too low prevents the power from the legs from being adequately distributed. Use the following as a guide to determining the proper saddle height. Keep your heel on the pedal as you ride. Your legs should be almost straight as you reach the bottom of the pedal stroke, but not quite. Adjust the height of your saddle to this level. Then, when riding with your foot in the regular position, you should be able to create an efficient pedaling action at an appropriate height. Don't be scared to change the value a bit higher or lower from here to fine-tune things if necessary. While seated in the saddle, you should still be able to touch the ground with your toes on either side of the bike. 2. Not fueling for a ride correctly. For runners, hitting the wall refers to the point at which the body runs out of fuel, energy, and comes to a complete stop. This is known among cyclists as the bonk, and it is something that most riders, including pros, have experienced at some point. When going on a ride, bring a little more food than you think you'll need, as well as 2 bottles of water, especially if you'll be riding in more rural places where you won't be able to get supplies. It's best to plan ahead and have some food, drink on hand rather than risk bonking. 3. Braking in corners. This is a typical riding mistake, particularly among inexperienced bikers. Braking before the corner, rather than during the corner, is the safest and most effective strategy, as doing so with your bike banked over at an angle might result in the bike locking up, losing control, and crashing. Braking before the corner, rather than during the corner, is the safest and most effective strategy. Brake safely on the approach to a turn, making sure to brake gently yet sufficiently to slow you down to the point where you can navigate the corner safely. In wet weather, remember to brake earlier because the stopping distance will be longer, especially if you have caliper brakes rather than disc brakes. 4. No spares or tools. When going on a ride, make sure you take a few necessary spares and tools with you that will get you home if you have a problem. As a guide, always bring the following goods with you, which can be stowed in a satchel under your saddle or dispersed among your pockets. 2 inner tubes, levers for tires, patches, mini pump, a multi-tool. 5. Grasping the brakes tightly. When you need to slow down, don't immediately slam on the brakes. Braking should be done slowly and steadily to keep your weight distribution on the bike as steady as feasible. Sudden braking can cause you to lose control and stability, and in certain situations, it can send you flying over the handlebars. To ensure safe braking, look ahead, anticipate, and brake steadily utilizing both front and rear brakes at the same time, with a small preference for the front brake. 6. Riding too fast, too far, and too hard. Recognize your capabilities and ride within them. There's nothing wrong with setting lofty goals, but the key to reaching them is to do it gradually. Cycling is a demanding sport that pays off handsomely. Don't sabotage your confidence by doing too much too soon. Instead, focus on constant, steady training rather than trying to smash it out right away. 7. Bike maintenance issues. Again, this is basic information, but it is critical from both a convenience and a safety one. If you don't want to be rescued from the side of the road, get into the habit of checking your bike and keeping it maintained on a regular basis. Pay special care to the brakes, gears, handlebars, and tires, and clean and oil the chain on a regular basis. It's a good idea to have your bike serviced on a regular basis, especially if you're unsure about a more complicated portion of the bike. The greatest suggestion is to not take any chances. 8. Unsuitable clothes. This is another aspect of cycling that you must consider, since failing to do so could result in a terrible ride or, worse, considerable difficulty. Make a point of checking the weather prediction for the duration of your journey. Consider the length of the ride you're planning and whether or not the weather is expected to change. 9. Not making effective use of gears. Make sure you use your gears correctly to optimize the efficiency of your power over various terrain. The majority of bikes will feature upwards of 20 gears, providing a wide range of ratios to accommodate riders of various levels. It may take some time to figure out what gearing works best for you, but you shouldn't be pedaling so fast on a flat stretch of road that your body starts to rock from side to side. On the other hand, you shouldn't try to shift into a high gear so that each pedal rotation feels like a weights exercise and your knees start to hurt. As a general rule, strive for a cadence of 70 to 90 revolutions per minute while on the flat. For climbs, move down to the lower ratios and up to the higher gears for the gentler downhill sections of the route. 10. Chain that squeaks. A squeaking chain will not only irritate you and your fellow riders, but it will also wear out your bike chain and cassette, as the sound is friction wearing away your components. So, apply some mild oil or chain lubricant, wipe off the excess, and ride away. There will be no more squeaks, and your chain will be eternally thankful, lasting far longer than they would have otherwise. Those were the 10 cycling mistakes you should avoid. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe to our channel for more and have a great bike day.